Hey guys, what's up? It is Chris here again. It is April 3rd, 2012, and I got three little things to kind of go over tonight. I'm actually going to do two reviews and then show you guys something cool that I'm going to start working on. Um, we have WFC Bumble Bee on the list for tonight, the world's smallest Grimlock, and the last thing will be a Sprat. So let's kind of go into it here with a more complicated guy here. We're going to go with WFC Bumble Bee. He is the form from War for Cybertron, and I think this is what he may or may not look like in the Fall of Cybertron. The other thing the only problem with this figure I really don't like is parts of him transforming him are kind of a pain in the ass. But he is pretty cool. And, his tail and front end, sides, he doesn't really have any weapons or anything. And my cat's trying to help me co-host down on my leg. I don't know what he's doing. You can see there's a tail. Alright, anyway. Let's get this guy transformed. Pretty straightforward here. He's got two little joints in the bottom there. Take a look. There's right there, those little holes is where his feet plug into right there. It's kind of hard to see in the light. Bad cat. Okay, and then we're just going to take those, pop those little joint there. Stretches the leg out, those wheels just kind of fall into place. And there's a foot. Alright, do the same thing. Let's kind of pull these feet out. Come on. Alright, there's that. Fold those feet around, pop them in there, clamp them down. And there we go. After this back, these kind of look up in there. There is also weapon storage for instant car mode. So I'm gonna take that, put that there. Now bring his arms down. Turn them around like that. Bring his arms down. His arms just kind of pop up in there. Like so. He's got a tab in there for each of those. Now we're going to just kind of fold this down, turn it into his backpack. Bring the arms out there. Bring that down there. Like so. And sorry I'm not doing this on camera. He's kind of a pain in the ass to get there. And there's his arm. And here is WFC Bumble Bee. There's a detail on the face. Actually, the face looks pretty cool. He's got the eyeball right there. Yeah, I like him quite a bit. He looks pretty cool. I had no real intention of picking him up. And this was a while ago, back when War for Cybertron came out. And his cool little features too is two energon swords pop out of his arms. One, there's two. And now the frame. Okay, and then we're just going to put that gun in the hand there. The thing I don't like in robot mode with this guy is his hands. They're just molded weird, and they just, for me, get weird. But there he is, with his little Cybertron pistol. And like I said, pretty good detailing on the guy. Everything's pretty ready and there to go, and set him right there. Now time for number two, the world's teeniest Grimlock that I've ever seen, ever. This guy was about 15 bucks off of, I can't remember where I picked him up from, but the website deceived me. I thought this said that when I had read it, it was 3 inches bigger than the original Grimlock action figure for $15.99. I should have known better, but I didn't. But he is actually pretty cool. I'll admit, I'm not really a big fan of these little mini dudes, but I can dig them. I'll pick a real size Grimlock up eventually. Here, Shortly, and my computer went into power mode, so that's always a fun thing. Maybe we should make a blooper reel for this, featuring the world's largest Grimlock. The Grimlock, no like Gogeta. Anyway, okay, we're gonna move some from Bumble Bee over there, where he stands up. So there's the detail on him. His eyes are already come pre-painted. He's got clear gold bits, some metal in there, some decaled metal work in there, and that's actual the die-cast metal. And the other thing I really don't like about him is really just his size, and he does feel kind of cheap, like I'm going to break him whenever I play with him. That's probably because of the size. You know, he is only 3 inches long and like 3 inches tall, so they're different. You may like him, you might hate him. I'm on the fence about him, but he's not that bad of a guy. Really isn't. You get full mouth openingness with the jaw. And there goes his neck. There he is. I mean, now let's see a little piston slash flamethrower in there. And that's really about it for that. We'll turn him into robot mode here real quick. And it's just like the original Grimlock. I never owned one, but I have seen videos of him transformed, and it's the exact same way. So if you have a Grimlock action figure, you can do this guy with your eyes closed. I can do this guy with my eyes closed, and he's my first Grimlock. Just gonna take his head, pop it back. Gonna pop these sections out here. There's his little arms. His head pops out. My head does not stay in place, which actually really sucks as it moves back. But I'm gonna bring this piece up here, and it just pops right in. And then the other thing I don't like about this guy is you push his legs in, those create his hands. He really does not have a pivot point to move his arms. That's one of the things I don't like about this figure, and it's also these legs here. This is what I mean when I talk about I'm afraid I'm going to break him. Because you have to separate his tail to turn him into a robot. So you get him down to have his robot legs. You take his leg, like so, make him do a split. One down. Bring the other down. And there is the world's smallest Grimlock. Like I said, he's problems with him in robot motor. He doesn't stand. He doesn't have much movement in joints and in arms, and his head for some reason will move back on mine quite a bit. It's not doing right now because I probably have it on the spot, so it's not going to. But if you want a cheap little Grimlock, he's not bad. He comes with a sword and a gun, and I have his box, but it is buried. I would have showed him with the box, but I could not actually get to it, and I have his little spec card. There's all of the original Dinobots in the world's smallest Transformer series. You can find them, check them out. Pretty interesting. You might like them. So now for the final piece of what I was going to show you, something I'm going to probably end up doing here in the future when I get the parts to finish him, and when I can get around to start rebuilding him and repainting him, and basically restoring it and doing restoration on this. I am... My friends know me as really liking Optimus Prime and being an Optimus Prime fan, and I've liked him pretty much since forever. He pretty much was like my father figure, because I grew up not having my dad around. So, like most kids, probably everybody had their own kind of different thing of that. Mine just so happened to be Optimus Prime, but he's one of my favorites. But there was a dark side to it. I did have a favorite Decepticon, and I do have a favorite Decepticon, and he's a cult classic. My favorite Decepticon is Soundwave. And I fortunately started doing through a tip from a friend of mine named Corey. You guys know him as SportsWolf3 on YouTube, and through Mr. Prime's Toy Box, SportsWolf, and Corey Higgins. I found this guy on eBay. Yes, this is an original 1980s 4 Soundwave. And just kind of close his back up there for a little bit. It's not completely closed, not hanging open. There's junk all hanging out. He is going to be my next guy to probably restore and work on, and I have wanted one of these for over about 10 years, and I finally got my hands on one for a really cool, nice seller who I cannot seem to remember offhand, and he has one. So we're gonna just kind of take care of that. But yep, there he is, Soundwave, and I'll transform him in a minute. He's pretty easy, and then I will go into the work I need to do, and if anybody would be willing to help me with this, I'd appreciate it. Just like to get this guy back up to his former glory. He is missing his batteries / blasters. He does not have his tapes, and in the back here, his leg back here dangles, kind of wobbles a little bit because it doesn't have a screw in the back. I need to get the correct screw size to fix this guy. And I need to get something to secure his tape deck. His patch, from what I understand, it's kind of hard to see. There you can see it. If you don't have one of those, this is essentially a $7 toy. Apparently, since mine has this, he's got quite a bit more value to him because a lot of them don't have the surviving latch. And this is an original G1 from 1984. This is a part of the launch series. Mine even says on the back, Takara Tomy, 74 to 83. Yeah. So this is the real deal. And pretty much what I need to do is, I like to transform this guy just kind of because I can, really. And it's kind of weird doing it backwards, even though I've pretty much memorized how to do this now in my sleep. Because he's not that hard. But, yeah, this is my Soundwave. And, blink. There he is. He's got quite a bit of damage that needs to be fixed, his head walls and stuff. But he will be the next project I'm going to start working on. And if anybody can help me finish this guy up, I'd appreciate it. But yeah, this is him, and wanted to show that, hey, I got one. I'm pretty happy about it, and if anybody can help me fix this guy and get him basically back to his former glory, I'd be pretty indebted and pretty appreciated for it. So let me do my shout outs real quick. Yeah, shout out to Corey, Sportswolf Higgins at YouTube, Sportswolf3 on YouTube, and to Mr. Rob's Toy Box. Thank you guys for inspiring me to do videos on these guys. And I will probably actually be doing some Resident Evil figures coming up here too. I gotta get my William Brinkley repaired from my William from Resident Evil 2 repaired. Because he's pretty sick, but unfortunately his hand broke, so I gotta fix that guy. And he will probably be one of my next reviews. I'll probably be doing Chris Redfield from Resident Evil and just some other little random toys and knickknacks I got laying around for the time being. So, thank you guys again. This is Chris Kamikaze. Peace out.